Hi, this is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in San Diego, California, where it's a beautiful, about low 80s today. We've had a huge marine layer coming in overnight and this morning, but it's burned off now and it's beautiful. If I'm a little frazzled here or don't have everything that I think I do, I've had a bunch of guests this weekend. My daughter and her husband came down and stayed with us, and we had what they were calling a cousins weekend, where all of their cousins were here and some aunts and uncles. Hey, Doris. And we just had a lot of people here this weekend and a lot of fun. So now it is Monday and back to stamping, of course, and going to show you some new products from the September to December catalog, and we're going to make a card with them with a new technique or card type called a fractured card, or some people call it a shutter card. And I think it's really cool because it looks like it's going to be hard and it's so incredibly easy. So that's always an exciting thing. And so what's up with Stampin' Up! Right now? I don't think there's really anything new to say today. The kit sale is ongoing, up to 30% off of kits. I know some of them have sold out but are coming back, like the beach one, Boho Beach or something like that. So hopefully that'll come in. I don't know when. They don't tell us when. The other thing is using your bonus day coupons. If you got any last month, they need to be used this month. I already talked to you about all this stuff last time. My Darling Details class is next weekend. Don't think I can order any more right now, but next month I'm going to do classes, fall class is what I'm calling it, and using some of these new fall products. So let's put you down here so you can see what I'm talking about. So this is our new, what we call pick of the patch bundle, and it is a stamp set, obviously, as well as a punch, or what we would call even a builder punch, because it does have multiple little steps here. This one has multiple different pumpkins. So these two pumpkins are the ones you can get or cut out, punch out with the punch, as well as the stem and this leaf. But you can see you've got all these other different pumpkins, gourds, a little tree, a little crow. And the reason and these are vines to use on your pumpkin if you want to. The reason I like this stamp set is it's a good fall stamp set, which we're using it for today, but it's also, you can use it for Halloween because we have a little jack-o'-lantern and a happy Halloween. So I just really like that you can get so much in one stamp set. Now these you can order if you're a demonstrator, or if you want to be a demonstrator and want to join up now, you can get these things now. I just signed up somebody the other day and she got some of the new stuff, which is really exciting. This is my host code for August. If you want to place any order, I would really appreciate it. I'm trying to make a goal, and I'm just under $1,000 short of making my goal. So, $50 order, anything would be just really appreciated. So this is what we're, like I said, using today. Now, and we're also using the All About Autumn Designer Series paper. I went through all of these last week, and some of them are just great autumn scenes, and some are like fabric-y scenes and wood and more autumn scenes. I guess these are upside down, and books, which I'm not sure why that's an autumn scene. But the backs of all of these have these great metallics, either gold, some are copper, and they are just beautiful. So that's what we're using today. And I'm going to show you a card that's similar to what we're going to make, but we're not going to make exactly this card. Ooh, it lost one of its little... Let's get back on there. Get you back on there. Anyway, so this is what you call a fractured card technique. And to me, when you look at it, it looks like you have to cut out all these different pieces. But the reality is this is one big piece and you're just adding these extra little guys. So I think that's really cute. This is some of that paper I just showed you all about autumn. This, if you can see, that little green part is the back side of one of this page. And these are cut from the oxidized copper, which is another fancy DSP foil that's in this upcoming September to December catalog. And obviously these were the pumpkins that we pushed out. But today we are going to use this piece of paper because I thought, well, let's make it a little bit more fall pumpkin-y this time around and just do pumpkins. So the first thing you need to do for this is get out your cut and embossing machine. And I guess this is sort of the top. And then you're going to take the, what is this, the second largest? Let me just check. The second largest square from your Stylish Shapes. Kind of center it in the top so it's kind of equal distance from all of these edges. And cut that out. And then you're going to take this, because we are going to use this then on the inside, okay? Like that, and then with another little square. But we're going to cut this down a little bit, okay? Because that's kind of too big of a seam around here. Although I am going to try something different this time and see if we don't have to. But this is the way I learned how to do it. So if you look up fractured card, you're going to see lots of different ways to do it. Some of them made it much harder than this, and it's like, nope, nope, nope. I'm going to make this easier. So this is half a sheet of, excuse me, pumpkin pie cardstock, and it started at 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. So that's going to sit on here because what says autumn more than pumpkins and pumpkin pie? And then where's that inside piece? Have I already lost it? Oh, it's right in front of me. So this could, yeah, it's going to be easier to cut this down. So I am going to get my little trimmer. Hold on a second because it's under a bunch of stuff. And we're going to cut this down to 2 1/8 all the way around. So that's 2 1/4, and 2 1/8 is right in between. Or if you know these are 16ths, then 2/16 is also an 8. But what I'm going to try to do is cut off a little on all 4 sides, so I'm getting rid of the little dots, basically the stitching. So now it's 2 1/8. And 2 1/8. Did I get all the sides? Did I get that side? Yep. Guess I did too much on one of them because I can still see some little dots, so we'll have to pretend we don't. Okay, so we are not going to glue this down just quite yet. Anyway, so this is going to go in here like that. So you're just going to see a smidgen of it, and you're going to see that orange through it. Now you know what I'm going to do just to make this a little easier? Hold please, I'm going to go get some more of this pumpkin pie cardstock because I think this will make it a little bit easier for everybody if we're going to try this at home. Because this piece was 5 1/4 by 4. So I'm going to just cut another piece of cardstock like that. Just because I think it's going to be easier to do this. If we have that. Why? Because now we've got something a little more firmer to attach to. So both of these are 5 1/4. Oh gosh, it's sometimes so hard to cover up the backs of these. Don't you guys find that when you have a paper that you really love? It's just so hard to cover it up, but in the interest of being a good, card for the fall holidays. And of course you could have always made this something else. And you could always decorate this however you want. So I know a lot of you are watching this and thinking, I could do this for anything for holidays. All right, so now I have a whole bunch of 1/4 inch pieces of the pumpkin pie. And all I'm going to do is start attaching them like this. And the way that you want to attach them, hopefully you can see this, is you want this end to be at the edge of this pretty peacock. Okay, can you see? Hopefully you can see that. Because that way when this next one comes, let me try to get this, there we go. So you can see it's on the edge, and that way when this next one comes, it's going to be able to abut right up against there. So hopefully you can see that. So what you want to do, start here, put a little bit down, and then just keep going straight. See that? And it's right up against there. And then you can go ahead even, take your little snips and turn it over and cut that. Now you could just leave them all and cut at the end, but part of the reason I like to do that is I have this whole long piece, and now I can use that for the next step here. So same thing. Put some glue down and then just keep going. And obviously, you don't have to be perfect here on this glue. You can always smush it with your finger off if you kind of get it in the wrong direction. I'll just leave that one because, whoops, didn't abut all the way up to this one and right up against that pretty peacock piece. And it keeps wanting to slide. The pros and cons of using glue is you can slide it, but then sometimes it slides a little. Now this one, I find this one the most difficult because you're going the longest distance here. So sometimes I'm not always so straight, and I kind of have to redo that one. But again, I'm abutting it up here, And it's all good there, but not so good at the end here. So sometimes it's just easier to put it on the actual piece of paper and get it all the way out to the end. And then last one is another easy one. That's the only real hard one. Okay. And then, as I said, you turn it over, you cut off the edges. You have all these extra little pieces that you can save for the next one if you want to. And there's your fractured card. Isn't that amazing? And then when you put it on here, it just looks like it's kind of continuing on to the pumpkin pie. Now, I've also seen people do it with thicker or thinner pieces of on these strips. And I've also seen people do it doubling up these strips. So those are all possibilities. You can also do it with different shapes, as long as they have angles. Like I've seen people do it with the countryside sweet ones, you know, the ones that, I don't know what you call that shape, but that works too. All right, so let's decorate that with some more pumpkins. So we need piercing mat, and then we are going to stamp a couple pumpkins from our This is the weirdest thing, you guys. I don't know if you've ever had this happen. This is my pumpkin pie. It should open here, but it doesn't. It's upside down. It gets me every single time. It came like that. I didn't do it, I swear. Let's move this over a little bit so y'all can see. Am I in the middle still? All right, so I've got just a little scrap paper, and I'm going to do this big pumpkin. And that one we are going to punch out. And then this one is this long, narrow one. And actually, we are going to have to cut that one out by hand. And then I do have, so let's do that. So this one we can punch. And this other one we're gonna have to fussy cut, because they couldn't, you know, exactly make a punch that had all of these on here. But, you know, this is about the easiest shape to fussy cut. So, you know, even if they run out of these punches, they seem to be doing that lately, running out of punches. This is a fairly easy set to punch and, you know, to fussy cut anything you want out of it. Nothing really intricate about this. Okay, and now we're gonna do a couple leaves. I haven't decided if I want to stamp the leaves on some mossy meadow or just go ahead and stamp them on some white cardstock. So I think I'm gonna take a little of both. We're going to see which we like better. Just trying to look at the leaf thing and see if it matters. So I'm putting it like this. My leaf needs to be like that. All right. Let's see that one. I'm going to have to trim this one down a little bit though. All right, so let's see a couple leaves. Of course, I got this backwards. You guys are going to have to help me and vote on leaves here. Whoa, there's one. I'm going to show you my little hack for this is too small and I can't hold it and feed it in. So what I do is just attach a little post-it note. And doesn't that make that easier to get it in the right spot? I've seen lots of different hacks, you know, move it around with the like an eraser or things like that, but that's what I have found the easiest. Now, obviously it helps to do what I'm doing right now, which is to just have a long enough piece of paper to be able to hold the end of it and not have to worry about it. And I do not know, oh, here it is. I was gonna say, I don't know where that went. There we go. I was a little not so vigorous that time, and that helped. All right, and then one more thing to stamp, which is, again, one of these stylish shapes, and this time we're going to stamp the sentiment that says, "You're the pick of the patch." And I'm just going to stamp it off on here one time because I haven't used this, and I always try to do that. I think this barely fits in here. I'm going to try it one more time because this seems like it got a lot of, get it on the icky side. I'm going to try one more. Do I have one more? There we go. I was going to say, I always bring at least one extra to the party. That's a little better. Okay, and I think that's it for our stamp. Oh, I know what I was gonna do, is I was gonna stamp one of these pumpkins on the inside. Let's get our pumpkin pie back. I think I'm gonna stamp the long skinny one. And then we'll stamp one of these mossy meadow leaves on top. This is a juicy mossy meadow. That's why it's making the leaf the way it is. So let's, I'm not sure what that looks like it's a little hat maybe? What do you guys think? Hey Susan, good, we got another person joining us here. And I thought I could make this also like a birthday card even, because you're the pick of the patch. Could mean almost anything, right? the pick of the patch. And we'll have a couple little okay, so let's take a vote. Which do we like best? The Mossy Meadow on Mossy Meadow or the Mossy Meadow on white? What do you guys think? Hey, hi Linda. Yep, late to the party, but you're here. So now tell me what you think. Which leaves should we use? I'll start gluing down our pumpkins here. I also could have stamped my pumpkin on here, this one that I ended up cutting out. That would have been doable too. I'm gonna hold off putting this on because I think, oh no, I guess I can glue it on top. All right, so do we have any votes? I don't see any votes for leaves. You guys are gonna make me decide this. I think I'm gonna go with the white background then. Or maybe it's, you guys are thinking too hard about it. And then I'm gonna actually take, I think, a little mini dimensional on here, because I don't think I can take a big one and overlap these. Put a little glue on here where it's gonna overlap. What do you think, guys? You are the pick of the patch. The pumpkin patch, that is. And I just think this paper is just so beautiful. I mean, we've only used a couple different ones. Let me find the other one. Do you have a favorite of which one you like more? The one that is more the sparkly kind of, I don't know what you would call this. Well, I know what they call it, oxidized copper. Yes, we have had pumpkins with vines, Linda, and actually let me find, problem becomes I have stuff on top of stuff. Here we go. This one does have vines. You see this over here? It's just the pumpkin punch does not cut out those vines, and I think those would be difficult to fussy cut and stick on here, especially the 3D. But if you are, say, making a whole line of these or something like that, which is one thing I plan to do, you've got vines going on. But I just love, I think this card design is a lot of fun. Obviously it works well with fall, but you can use it for anything. And you know, we all have these little scraps that are a 1/4 inch or a 1/2 inch or things like that. And it's just a lot of fun to say, oh, now I have something I can use these little scraps on. So again, happy stamping here. Here's my host code for August. I would really appreciate any sort of orders because I'm still a ways away from my goal that I would like to make by the end of September. So that's where we are right now. I'm going to put you back up. And I will be back here next Monday at 1 o'clock Pacific time. And I will see you guys all then. In the meantime, happy stamping. If you want to watch this again on Facebook, or please go over to YouTube and subscribe to my channel. They're all there. All my old videos. I think there's over 100 of them now. And also, if you want more information and step-by-step written instructions, they'll be on my blog later today, stampwithdrrobin.blogspot.com. My email's on here. Oh, I know what I forgot to mention, paper shares. I'm not going to go through it all again. Last week on my video, I showed you everything that's included in a paper share for only $45. And yes, Linda, I know you're signed up already. But if the rest of you want more information, email me, stampwithdrrobin@gmail.com. So take care. Bye.